Get off my cheeks, Hugh!
But in all seriousness,
Oh my double crap!
it's here. Final Space Season 2 has landed. No time for intros. Final Space Season 2 is right around the corner, and we Fantrexians have a trailer to get all obsessed about. So let's break it down and see what we can expect from the show's second installment, as well as take a look at what people may have missed. Also, I'll be jumping around quite a lot in the trailer, so this won't be in chronological order. And I'll be using both versions. Let's start with some basic info. Gary survived. Surprise, surprise. Although we don't know exactly who rescued him yet, my guess would be it's someone that has resources who is connected to Clarence, as he's now a member of Gary's crew. If you remember, Clarence is an alien that dealt things on Terracon Prime, but perhaps wasn't so loyal to the Lord Commander, and not really about the whole universe being destroyed thing. In addition to our main character, Little Cado, Tribor, and even Hugh are still alive. He's now a talking robot. Oof, talk about a fall from grace. Mooncake is alive, although he should probably hit the gym. Quinn is not confirmed to be alive, as all scenes with her from the trailer are as nightfall, so no word yet if Gary's crush from the present actually survived the bomb. Unfortunately, after all the damage and destruction from Season 1, Kevin is, well, still alive. I'm done. I can't. Nope. I'm pretty surprised they showed this in the trailer. Hugh is one thing, but Kevin could have been saved as a hilarious reveal down the line. I guess you Fantrexians wanted it that bad. At least Gary and crew get to kill Kevin all over again, as some of the undamaged and newer models of Kevin's are evil, maybe possessed, and need to be burned. There's a very post-apocalypse Indiana Jones vibe going on here, even some zombie-looking people. It's gonna be a great adventure with some awesome new planets, wild new characters, and some really wacky Gary moments. Like him kissing these cookies. Let's talk about what's new, starting with characters. Gary gets a few new companions on his mission, Clarence, as well as Gun Hand Man, and this fierce pink-haired girl. With new adventures comes a new villain for our heroes to face. But unless this is some sort of alternate timeline, the Lord Commander looks pretty dead to me. So we know it has to be someone new. But who? The Titans look to be alive and ready to do some damage. There are multiple scenes with them escaping imprisonment in the trailer, so needless to say they will play a huge role in Season 2. The crew will have to release Bolo in order to fight them, and he also says something about Final Space, so Gary might just find out more information about his dad. Next is this worm villain, which makes several appearances throughout the trailer. Although menacing, I think it's more of a chaotic evil creature and just an obstacle for our crew to overcome. At one point it looks like this worm sucks our characters into a fiery place, but they aren't immediately incinerated. Perhaps it's like a temporal worm except with a fiery dimension instead of time. But more on this worm and the pink-haired girl in a bit. Okay, this red guy is mad creepy. It looks like he's some subordinate of this guy, who we'll discuss further in a bit. Maybe the main villain is actually this person. Not sure why, but they just seem like the most evil out of anyone shown. We also might see the Lord Commander appear again as a minor antagonist. I know, I just said he was dead, but Bolo said everyone from the past, present, and future is at stake. So perhaps Nightfall won't be the only one time traveling. The last possibility I have for the main villain is this mysterious voice we hear towards the end of the trailer. They say, "I'm back," and "you can't hold me," as in, you can't keep me locked up. I think it's quite apparent that we'll get a new villain for Season 2 of Final Space. I think we're going to have a lot of minor antagonists, with one villain that, unlike the Lord Commander, hides in the shadows until the time is opportune. But let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Who's going to be our main baddie in Season 2? First, the pink-haired girl. I don't think that she's a villain, or at least not for very long, as she is a member of Gary's crew. Perhaps she's but a momentary enemy, just another powerful person trying to survive this post-apocalyptic universe. She could, however, have a connection to the worm because she is seen using her power before it. Gary and crew look rather surprised at her power, so they are either afraid of her as an enemy or impressed that she has this ability. As for this creepy red dude, there are others just like him. When Hugh has sprint mode engaged, they are shooting at him, and if you notice, they are in front of face cannons which appear right after this guy. This guy doesn't scream main villain material, but he's holding what looks to be a very powerful item and taunting our crew for not possessing it. To me, this cube reminds me a lot of the Tesseract, which makes sense because the crew of the Scarlet Light look a lot like the Avengers Assemble type of team. Scarlet Light, you say? Yes, if you listen closely from the pod racing scene, we'll get to that, they might be calling themselves the Scarlet Light as the race announcer comments on their progress. Also, Scarlet is close to Crimson, which was a ship that was attacked in the first season. Also, from the first season, the Earth was supposed to be evacuated. The Infinity Guard were really the only main people that were left there, so these dead people could have been on a transport ship that was attacked, which sounds even more like Avengers when Thanos attacked the Asgardians. The last few things are just some sweet sci-fi references. Hugh, especially when he's evading massive fire at a snail's pace, is a R2-D2 reference. There's the Millennium Falcon shaped ship, and this death race is a nod to pod racing. There are plenty others, and I encourage you guys to find them all. As always, thanks for watching. But what do you think? Who is this new villain? What was your favorite part of the trailers? And what are your predictions for Season 2 of Final Space? Let me know down below in the comments. And until next time, chookity!